we are starting to come towards an end. Since last time I've made a minor adjustment to this motherboard slash CPU slash water block pump combo. I exchanged the Fantex pump that we slapped on top for this Barrow one. Now the Fantex one is most probably better suited, and it has SATA and PWM for power, and this has like Molex, the two what looks like left pins of a PWM, and a let's say power knob. I guess adjust the speed. Then why the hell do we have PWM? I don't understand, but the point is it doesn't have a white sticker on top, which is, it would not have looked particularly good in the finished builds. Hence I removed it and I installed the Barrow one. Really not because I didn't want to have the Fantex in there. I would have preferred to have the Fantex in there, but it didn't work, or it didn't sit well with me regarding the design. Now for today we are going to do two things: slap in the motherboard and then slap in the radiators and everything what comes with them. The fans, I will explain to you the fan situation, why I am doing what I'm doing, because I know that some people will have trouble with that. For the RAM, it's going to be a pair of Kingston Fury DDR4 for no other particular reason other than they are completely black, which, as you might have already guessed, is like the theme of this build. Black with black, and if I could, I would add even more black to that. The motherboard is ready, so let's get to that fan situation. So we have two 240mm radiators. The thing is, I need 4 fans, obviously, but I have a very small amount of fans where I have 4 individual units. What I do have, however, and which are all black, of course, and what I do have, however, is Silent Wing 4s, but I don't have 4 of them of the same kind. I have 3 of the Pro line and 3 high speed and 3 low speed. So what I will do is install 2 of the Pro ones with the Pro corners in either on the top radiator or the bottom radiator, and I will install 1 Pro which is throttled down to high speed, so the regular high speed max speed, and just a high speed with obviously the same high speed just next to it, and these 2 will use the other corners. I would have preferred for all of them to be Pros. I would have preferred for all of them to use the Pro corners, but I just cannot do that. That won't fit. Or I don't have enough corners, or I don't have enough Silent Wing 4 Pros. Not necessarily what I would have wanted, but that's the situation. I need to work with that. Unfortunate, but that's how it is. And with that said, I think we can finally begin to assemble this whole thing, because we are really close to... Oh, the case is empty and I'm saying we are close to be done. Yeah. No, it's... From here it should be quick, or easy at least. Oh no, this is... Yeah, this is... Do not lift it on those rails. Lesson learned. Da-da-da-da, motherboard is in. Okay, now let's get to preparing those radiators. Fortunately, Arctic already does all of the close up, the holes for us. But we need to think for a second where we are going to route everything. This comes down there, goes in there, goes in there, goes in there, goes in there. So it essentially really does not matter where I install what. No, it really doesn't. So let's just install fans onto some side, because it just doesn't matter. I just want them to be routed onto the same side. Yeah, this is fine. Wait, it does matter. It does matter. This is the thick one. Is this the thick one? Yeah, the thick one needs to go in the bottom. So for this one, the fans need to be reversed. Whew, almost made a big mistake here. I often underestimate the amount of time it takes to install anything from AlphaCool. Like, for the love of God, I do not understand why they use the screws that they do use. Especially paired with, where is that little piece of, that little wrench that they include. It just falls out. It's not the best solution for basically anything. In the top, everything will be screwed down to these brackets. And I haven't installed them to these brackets. I need to remove every single screw. If anybody has like a technique for anger management issues, now is the time for that.
1 hour later.
Is this the correct orientation? Yes, this seems to be the correct orientation. This now goes in here. Now we should have it. Yeah. And now let's reverse it. Fuck off. And tighten all of these fan screws. Now I can also still reposition the radiator slightly. Yes! Now let's just reinstall that bracket that fell out, which is going here. And there we have it. And now we have a 25mm radiator in this top position with a 25mm fan, essentially 50mm in total. And I can, ta-da! Who needs an AIO if you have this? And now in the bottom, this is going in. And I need to get rid of all of this cabling. This is going there. The brackets also need to be installed on this one. I hate my life so much right now. The last 10-20 minutes of screwing, all those 20 minutes for nothing. Just for nothing. Oh, come on. Nobody saw that. Okay, now with everything removed, this has to go in. Oh, look at that. It goes in perfectly fine. It's great. Now let's put everything back together again. And now this can go back on. And now on the other side, ignoring that the case is now really freaking heavy, this bracket is on. And this last bracket and oh boy, both Rads are installed. This took way too freaking long. Oh my god, dude, I love and hate watercooled radiators at the same freaking time. But hey, the whole thing became incredibly strong. Really freaking strong, but let's be honest, we have two aluminum pieces that are keeping everything together next to the aluminum panels that are keeping everything together next to the aluminum frame that is keeping everything together. So yeah, of course it is strong as hell, but I'm still a bit surprised. But the main part about today, we managed to fit two 240 Rads in there, and honestly I couldn't be happier and prouder, because in the top we got basically zero leftover space. The air will be dissipated through this not very meshy mesh panel, and in the bottom we got a tiny bit of space. The radiator will be exposed. I won't be slapping anything onto there because we got like what feels like one Be Quiet screwdriver. How much do we have? Yeah, maybe two Be Quiet screwdriver thickness worth of gap for the radiator and for the fans on top of them, of it, to breathe. So it's not that much of space, and I don't want to make things worse by adding any sort of filter or protection or whatever, because the radiator will serve as a filter in the bottom. So I'm fine with the theoretical dust that could accumulate in here. I'm just happy that that thing somehow managed to go in there. Oh my god. Great, but for today I think this is going to be it. There is no force No life energy left in me. For the next time, I guess it's GPU time. I need, to be honest, I need to figure out where the riser cable is that came with the case, because right now I have no clue. It is somewhere. I used it in a bunch of builds in the past, so it can't be very far from me. But I need to find it back. And then it's essentially tubing time. A bit of cable routing, a bit of PVM splitters, and then it's filling time. So the build is not that far away. You know what we can do? We can add these. Or we can't, because it will take forever to get them in. Yes. So that's it, add straight ones. No, I need to figure out. I wanted to go with 9-degree bends on the CPU block, and I will do that. I just don't know how to get them in right now, but we will get them in. But that's for another day. For today, it's over. We have progressed quite far, and the build is almost finished. I would say maybe two other episodes, and then we can finally start gaming on it. But I hope to see you on the next one. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time. Bye bye.